Машины побило.
Водопровод же есть, поливаешь.
Повздало все. Вроде бы никого не ранило сильно.
An airstrike hit a Russian troop concentration in Kondratovka, Kursk region, killing up to 30 Russians. Ukrainian Air Force successfully struck a Russian manpower concentration in Kondratovka, Kursk region, destroying the occupied facility and eliminating up to 30 Russian troops, reports Ukrainian General Staff. Ukrainian forces have broken through to Soleno in Belgorod region and fighting is ongoing. The Russians are currently experiencing problems at many points along the front. Ukrainian forces continue to encircle themselves right into an invasion of Russia, deeper and deeper into Russia's Belgorod region. Ukrainian forces, after capturing the village of Demidovka in Belgorod Oblast, have launched an offensive on the village of Grafovka, where strikes on Russian logistics lines are already underway to prevent additional Russian reserves from entering the village. Ukrainian artillery and aviation effectively struck a bridge connecting to the village, cutting off supplies to the Russian garrison stationed there. Likely, in the coming hours or days, we will witness a general offensive by Ukrainian forces toward Grafovka. Russia bombed itself at least 35 times in 2.5 months of 2025. Just between March 21st and 24th, Russia bombed itself 7 times. In 2024, Russia bombed itself at least 165 times. FAB 250 kilograms and FAB 500 kilograms are the most common. This video is from Belgorod. Your daily reminder: Russia still hasn't ejected Ukrainian warriors out of Kursk, and there are reports of activity on Russian territory in Belgorod. Why can't Russia completely remove Ukraine? Is Russia weak? Donkeys slow? Combat operations of the fighters from the Unmanned Systems Battalion of the 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov using fiber-optic drones against the occupiers' shelters and light equipment. The 12th Special Operations Brigade Azov of Ukraine's National Guard has been actively engaged in the defense of the Toretsk sector in the Donetsk region. In January 2025, the brigade reported capturing 23 Russian soldiers who were subsequently handed over to the relevant authorities for potential exchange. To enhance their operational capabilities, the brigade introduced the domestically produced UAS Seth drone in March 2025. This Shahed-like drone allows for more efficient strikes against Russian frontline targets and is part of Ukraine's broader initiative to invest over $2.6 billion in drone technology to reduce human casualties and increase battlefield efficiency. In response to escalating battlefield pressures, Azov has been recruiting English-speaking soldiers with military experience to form an international battalion. This recruitment drive aims to bolster their ranks amid ongoing conflicts and potential reductions in foreign military aid. Additionally, in June 2024, the United States lifted its ban on providing weapons and training to the Azov Brigade after determining that the unit had not committed gross violations of human rights. This decision was made following the brigade's integration into the Ukrainian National Guard and its significant role in defending against Russian aggression. A missile strike on the Russian R-330Z Zhitel EW complex. Detection and correction carried out by fighters of the 15th Separate Artillery Reconnaissance Brigade Black Forest. Ukraine and Russia have agreed to a Black Sea ceasefire after separate talks with U.S. officials in Saudi Arabia. The White House says the U.S. will help restore Russia's access to the world market for certain products. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense Umarov confirmed the news. The Black Sea and energy ceasefire takes effect today. We won't strike their energy. They won't strike ours, Zelensky said.
Everything is connected to energy. We do not impact their energy. They do not impact our energy. I think there are a million questions. Well, honestly, that's what I think. There will be a million questions and details. But for today, that is how it sounds. That each side does not use respective weapons on the energy sectors of both sides. That's how it sounds. As for, well, the sea, right? But I told you separately, as I said, we separately handed over all our objects just in case. We handed them over Volodymyr Zelensky. Which objects we believe cannot be struck? Just in case, I told her that we would be very technically prepared, and that's how it was. We were very prepared for this meeting. Regarding the sea, well, we are talking about this being silence at sea and free navigation. We are not talking about military targets. They cannot move, right? We are talking about cargo navigation, like we have, it should continue. Free navigation of civilian ships. It's not very detailed, believe me, in this declaration. So, well, let's say these are the first steps. Let's see how this will work. Because I, for example, am posing such a question. Well, we cannot yet write words like elevator in the first such document. Volodymyr Zelensky. But what's there to transport if a missile hits the elevator? So, for example, regarding grain and so on, yes. And so I had such a question as an example, and our side communicated with the American side. They consider the calm at sea and a free navigation. Civil, free civil navigation speaks about everything, including that strikes against port infrastructure are unacceptable. Well, approximately like that. And a brief clarification regarding mineral resources. They are clarifying. By the way, I will answer now. There will be many more clarifications on this, on these agreements. You must also understand, I just tried to come to you faster to prevent you from waiting here too long. Andriy Demchenko, although the American side has not yet issued an official declaration.
At negotiations in Riyadh, Russia's Foreign Minister Lavrov said the US and Ukraine discussed safe shipping in the Black Sea. Other statements from Lavrov: guarantees for Russia from Ukraine are just orders to Zelensky from the US. Only Washington can stop terrorist attacks and strikes on Russian civilian objects by Kyiv.
I think our American partners perceive this signal. They understand that only Washington or may achieve positive results in stopping terrorist attacks, in stopping shelling of civilian infrastructure, energy infrastructure, not related to the military-industrial complex, because Europe there.
After loud declarations of a ceasefire, Russia returned and attacked Kryvyi Rih. This night, the city experienced the largest drone attack since the beginning of the war. There were fires, administrative buildings, storage facilities, an enterprise, and 6 vehicles were damaged. However, there were no fatalities or injuries, the city administration reported. Is this a ceasefire yet? We can't understand either.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.